So let's go ahead and dive right into the video. We're going to be talking about myths about insurance that people just can't seem to get over, right? They just keep passing along through generation to generation. That's costing them thousands of dollars in the long run. So, really, one of the biggest misconceptions is I don't need insurance until something happens, right? Or I think the insurance company is just here to scam me, or I think the insurance company is just here to take my money, right? Well, let's go into a few things. I have some notes down here, so I'll be looking at my computer. But waiting until something happens can leave you unprotected. It can pay more out of pocket expenses at the time of a claim. And waiting till something happens is such a, what would you call it? Kind of a degenerative mentality, right? Because preparing for the worst, praying for the best, that's one of the tenets I live by. Prepare for the worst, right? Whether it's an auto accident, whether it's a home fire, whether it's a hurricane, you like think of the time that you have in between to adjust and prepare, right? So let's bring up an auto accident. You're driving on the road. You don't think you're going to get in an accident today. Somebody, like this morning, I was driving from the gym. Somebody peeled out and literally turned over 3 lanes, and two different cars had to stop, and I had to almost swerve out the way. Like, had to almost get on my brakes as hard as possible, um, because they just flung out because they weren't paying attention. You don't think you're gonna get in an accident, right? So let's map out that timeline for you. It's about 2 seconds to prepare. 2 seconds to prepare for the worst. Let's say a home fire, right? You have about 30 seconds from where you start smelling something to where you go downstairs and go check, or go in the living room, the kitchen, and go check to try to grab a fire extinguisher, to the house actually burning down and you having to leave the house because the fire is too bad. Right? A hurricane. How early does the news let you know there's going to be a hurricane? And do you have flood insurance? Right? There's a 30-day waiting period for this exact reason, because if you don't prepare for the worst, when I mean 30-day waiting period, I mean if you have a home policy and you don't have flood insurance and you see a hurricane is coming in 4 days, you can't go get a flood policy from anybody. You have a 30-day waiting period from where your policy is supposed to start, because if something happens, now you're scamming the insurance company. Now you're the one getting over on the company that's supposed to be protecting you, right? The company you're supposed to be using to help prepare you for the worst. So prepare for the worst, right? You're not throwing away money every month. You think you're throwing away money. In all actuality, let me make sure this is still okay. In all actuality, you're the one that's actually covering yourself, because if something happens, you know you have the coverage. You know how it works. You know how to maneuver through it, right? So, analyzing your risk, getting with an advisor that actually helps you analyze your risk and your potential pitfalls within your current policy, potential pitfalls that could be coming later on in life, and advising you on the best plan possible every single year is going to keep you more protected than anything. Because, of course, you don't understand insurance, right? You're not the insurance professional out here. But then again, you have access to it. And saying, oh, I'm just going to get the most basic policy, just going to go online and get whatever they give me that's lowest, the cheapest is what they like to say. It doesn't help you. And it's never going to help you, right? So most people don't even find out until they file a claim. And they're like, oh my God, I should have had this coverage. Oh my God, I should have raised my limit to my auto, raised my personal liability on my home, raised my dwelling coverage, my replacement costs. I should have never got an actual cash value policy, right? Again, the first and second myth kind of go alike, right? The one that cheaper is always best, and that insurance is it won't happen to me, so I don't really need it. Um, in the earlier days of my life, I practiced Buddhism, right? And it talked about the principle of no self. And I don't mean to bring, philosophy or anything into this. But the principle that you don't know anything, that you are just another ant, and that anything can happen to you, anything from anywhere. So again, it's it's a it's a fallacy essentially to believe that cheapest is the best or that it just won't happen to you. The third one that I have here is that bundling is a sales tactic. So bundling home, auto, life, umbrella, flood, um, bundling any policy together is a sales tactic. Now let me ask you, if I have, right, this is not like a stock, right? We don't diversify the asset to lessen our risk. If I have a holding company, say this insurance company is ABC company, but then I have five other policies. I have my life with another company, a auto with another company, uh, a home with another company, an umbrella with another company, and the only thing I have with this company is flood or business insurance. When it comes time for a claim, who do I have a better relationship with, right? Who do I? It's just like establishing a relationship at the bank. Put money in, you apply for certain things. You're not going to go to every single bank and do that exact same thing, no matter how much money is in there. I mean, unless you have hundreds of thousands in each bank, and sure. But for most people, you don't want to diversify your protection, right? It's not an asset, it's a protection. Life insurance, a protection. Umbrella, a protection. Home insurance, a protection. Yes, the bank requires it. It's a protection. Auto, a protection. These things are meant for you to bundle together, for you to have one company that you have a great relationship with that has your all your policies, that's handling all your business. And when it comes time for a claim, they know exactly what to do. They're not reaching out to another company. Believe me, some companies are terrible, terrible with reporting, terrible with customer service, with claims. I was speaking to a lady yesterday and she told me that the good neighbors were terrible with her service. And of course, that's agency based. But why have all your policies in different places and make it more complicated for you than going to one company and saying, hey, I have my umbrella here, I have my auto here, I have my home here, I have my life here, I have my business insurance here, I have my commercial insurance here. I have all my policies in one place that they understand what I need. If I need to change anything, I can call one person, one company. I think it's the best situation you could possibly be in, but diversifying it just makes it so much more complicated and it's no benefit to anybody involved. Um, the last one that I want to get to, and I like to make these videos pretty quick, just because I know you have to go about your time. I want to respect your time, respect your schedule. But last one I'm going into is insurance only protects against physical damage. So people think, okay, yeah, insurance is going to protect me if my house burns up, or if there's a hurricane, or if there's a tornado, right, or if there's hail, physical damage. Insurance is going to protect me against, a auto claim. I hit somebody. I hit a deer. Physical damage. Let me tell you, with the amount of insurance policies that are available, whether it's life insurance, whether it's commercial insurance, whether it's home coverage, auto insurance coverage, your limits are your liability. So not just property damage, not just physical damage, but liability for lawsuits, for medical payments. The average medical payment right now is literally $54,000 on an average auto accident. You hit somebody, somebody goes to the hospital, expect $54,000 coming in the mail. And the first thing you're going to be asking is, do I have insurance to cover this? And this is going back to the first point, preparing for the worst. Lawsuits, those go into your home policies. If you have 100,000 in personal liability and the average lawsuit right now is $300,000 at a settlement, how much are you left on the hook for? How much do you have to give back to whoever sued you, whoever, you know, put the lawsuit claim on you? How much do you have to give back? So again, it's a matter of preparing for the worst, praying for the best. That's what insurance is here for. It's full protection. The people that understand insurance are the people that utilize the companies the best, the people that have the best rates, Of course, they might have claims or whatever, but they usually have the best rates because they bundle together. They understand what to file a claim on, what not to file a claim on. And if you're not educated about it, somebody's not educating you. That's not your fault, but it's their fault for them, you know, putting the burden of cheapness and inexpensiveness on you and make you think that, oh, I can just switch to different companies every year. It's not going to do anything. I'm not just going to be wasting money, right? If I actually invested in the insurance company, say, hey, I'm going to raise my limits a little bit. Even if you're at 30, 60, 25, raise that up to 50, 100. Raise your 50, 100 from 100 to 300. 255 is honestly the best. I was speaking to a guy last week. He had 500, 500, $2 million personal umbrella, $1 million in his home coverage. I mean, the guy is sitting on $2.5 million worth of liability coverage. Who is going to come after him? And also in a lawsuit, is the insurance actually going to want to step up and protect him? Yes. But if he had 30, 60, 25, I mean, the insurance company's going to dish out that payment easy. $60,000 is cents to them. You can look up the valuation of any insurance company. Look up the valuation of your insurance company right now and ask yourself, is this limit that I currently hold, if I'm ever involved in a lawsuit or anything, are they going to want to step up and protect me, or are they just going to take me through the runs, take me through the process, right? So again, the importance of preparing for the worst and praying for the best is so, so vital that you understand when it comes to insurance. Again, it's not like a stock. It's not like a portfolio of investments where you want to diversify your risk because things are unstable. No, the insurance company is never going to go away. They're going to be stable forever. They invest their money. They diversify their money to help hedge their bets, hedge their protection when it comes to crazy claims. Last year in Texas, we had $234,000, 234,000 stolen vehicles just in Texas. Imagine nationwide, right? So that's really all the video I want to get to. Just the hit points I wanted to say, and it's kind of emotional for me. Not really emotional, but sentimental because I used to think the same thing. I used to think, man, cheapness with insurance is just a thing that I need to show the cops. It's not anything that I need to really be worried about. It's not going to protect me. It's not whatever it is, right? I didn't understand insurance. And that's where a lot of people are, honestly. They might not hate insurance. They might not despise the bundling value or anything like that. But they just don't understand what they're actually buying and why they have to buy it. And again, that's your agent's fault. So if you don't have an agent or you think your agent is insufficient, my name is Keith Coleman. You can contact me at 469-210-3618. You can email me at keith@tpantx.com. I would love to go over your policy, love to go over your proposal, anything, and just help you understand what you're buying, why you're buying it. Even if I'm not giving you anything, even if I'm not protecting you, even if I'm not helping you get the right coverage, I'm advising you on what to do next and where your pitfalls are. Last example, I spoke to a guy yesterday. He had Progressive, and Progressive dropped his collision insurance, dropped his comprehensive insurance without him knowing. He's paying off a loan on the vehicle, and within a loan, the bank requires you in Texas to have full coverage on that car, meaning comprehensive collision by Texas state law, comprehensive collision, uninsured motorists, underinsured motorists, personal injury protection. And you have to waive personal injury protection if you don't want it. So they dropped his coverage. He didn't even know, and they're surcharging him his rates. So when I looked at his coverage, I said, whoa, where's your collision? Where's your comprehensive on all three vehicles? He didn't even know. He was like, nobody told me about this. And this is happening nationwide. It's happening statewide. So look at your policy. If you think your agent is insufficient, get in contact with me. If you don't have an agent, get in contact with me. Either way, I want you to get in contact with me because I want to make sure that the people that are watching my videos are protected fully and understand what they're buying, why they're buying it, and what it does at claims time. So again, I appreciate you guys for watching the video. If you have any questions or any concerns, shoot them down in the comments. And any other topics you want me to cover, again, shoot them down in the comments. I'm making videos every day for you guys. So I appreciate you for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.